All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. We are at a great point in the offseason where free agency has had its fun time, right? We're a couple of months into it at this point. The NFL draft is officially over, which, by the way, the Cincinnati Bengals killed it. We're going to talk about that in today's video and just the Bengals in general. But I want to remind the viewers here, and Bengals fans are fully aware of this, the Bengals last season finished 12-4. All right, they lost by 3 points to the Kansas City Chiefs on the road in the AFC Championship game. The Bengals haven't gone anywhere. They have not gone anywhere. I'm not saying the Bengals are being disregarded. I'm not saying they're necessarily being disrespected, but I don't think people are really talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know if it's a small market. I don't know if it's because I live in South Florida. I don't know what it is. I don't see too much Bengals propaganda out there right now outside of Bengals fans. So when we take a look at the draft, I have to give it an A minus. I have to give it an A minus. Now, maybe it's slightly biased because I love Bengals fans. I love the organization. I love the team. I think they are so fun to watch. I think it's just a great organization, but it's at least a B plus. Like, if you're going to look at it with, non-biased glasses, it's a B plus. At worst, it's a B plus. Myles Murphy at pick number 28, edge rusher out of Clemson. I'm going to take that. Now, when we take a look at the offseason in general, they lost some pieces. All right. They lost Jesse Bates III. They lost Von Bell. They lost Hayden Hurst. Eli Apple, we'll see. Samaje Perine. All right. I get it. They lost some pieces. But hey, hold on 1 second. Orlando Brown Jr., welcome to Cincinnati. Nick Scott, Sidney Jones IV, Irv Smith Jr. The Bengals aren't going anywhere. That's the harsh reality for a team, maybe like the Kansas City Chiefs. Bengals aren't going anywhere. So before we get into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. Bengals fans, you guys have been running and appreciating my channel for so long now. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to continue to cover this team. I had a little bit of a hype video come out about a week ago before the draft, and I seriously think this management, the Cincinnati Bengals, I think they did a phenomenal job. So if we get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the world to me. But, drop a comment. That's the most important part. I want to hear. It's a community. This is a community page, all right? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on the draft down below. So let's take a look at it, all right? Now, keep in mind, bear with me, the college football, the NFL in general is a little bit iffy with clips. College football, we're going to try our best here. And as the season progresses or off-season progresses, we're going to continue to improve it clip by clip. But Myles Murphy, pick number 28, edge rusher out of Clemson. There were mock drafts, because I'm a Packers fan. There were mock drafts before we traded away Aaron Rodgers. That's for a different day. That the Packers would take Myles Murphy at pick number 15. All right, Myles Murphy is one of the best, arguably the second best edge rusher, third best edge rusher at most in the entire draft. All right, in Clemson last season, he had 11 total tackles for loss. He had 6.5 sacks. The year before that, in just 10 games, 14.5 tackles for loss and 8 sacks. So the Bengals last season in general, outside the 12-4 record, their defense was money. And with Coach Lou as the defensive coordinator, that's a really important part about just NFL in general is having the right coaching staff behind you, right? And with Coach Zach and with Coach Lou, I love both sides of the football here, but the Bengals had the 6th best defense in the NFL last season. And Myles Murphy is a day one starter, day one impactor. So I absolutely love that pick at pick number 28. Second round, pick number 60. Quote-unquote flyer with DJ Turner II, a cornerback out of Michigan. I love the pick. He has a 4.26 40-yard dash. It's insane. Okay, that is literally 4.26. That is insane. So DJ Turner II, helping out that secondary along with round 3, pick number 95, Jordan Battle, the safety out of Bama. SEC wins everything. Every year, they're always the highest drafted prospects out of a conference. They're always the best talent, in my opinion. A little bit biased, not even biased. New Florida resident here from Chicago, so there's not even biasy with that. Any player from Bama, any player, honestly, from the SEC, I'm going to love. And you pair him up once again with Coach Lou. I think he really helps because you lost Jesse Bates. You lost Von Bell. unfortunate losses, right? I would take at least one of those two guys, like, Von Bell coming back. That would be great. Jesse Bates coming back. That would be great. But at the end of the day, when you have superstar talent like Joe Burrow and you want to pay him and Jamar Chase and you have all this talent on your team, you have to maintain it, but you also have to get creative. You have to get crafty. So maybe this upcoming season, Jordan Battle and DJ Turner aren't like, the rookie of the years, but like long term, especially, and I think they are going to have impact on day one, and especially as the season progresses, I have full faith in this Bengals draft organization for like picking the right talent. Two guys I'm really excited about that were picked in the 4th and 5th round are Charlie Jones and Chase Brown. We'll start it off with Charlie Jones. Now, when we take a look at the wide receiver room, first off, I know it's not the wide receiver. You lost Hayden Hurst, which sucks, but you did get Irv Smith Jr. Irv Smith Jr. is pretty underrated. He's pretty underrated. And so that's nice. And I know that the tight end room, but when we take a look at the wide receiver room, we have Jamar Chase, you have T. Higgins, and you have Tyler Boyd. Now, what's important when taking a look at off seasons for National Football League teams? Well, you have to improve on the weaknesses. All right, that's first and foremost. That's clear. That's evident. We all understand that. You also have to continue to build on your strengths. And what is a strength for the Cincinnati Bengals? Well, it starts with QB Joe Burrow, future MVP, future Super Bowl winner. Not trying to jinx him here, but like I feel fully confident with it. Getting a guy like Charlie Jones, all right, last season with Purdue, a Big Ten conference, probably the second best conference in college football, 110 catches, 1,361 yards, along with 12 touchdowns. Personally, that's going to work for me. I don't know about you guys, but that works perfectly for me. So I'm excited for that. Now, once again, the Bengals lost Samaje Perine. Now, you do have Joe Mixon, and if Joe Mixon's healthy, I love Joe Mixon in general. They could save technically $10 million against the 2023 cap by releasing him after June 1st. I don't see any shape or form that happens. In fact, I don't think, especially losing Samaje, regardless, I don't think that's in their best interest. I get it. Joe Mixon only averaged 3.9 yards per carry last season, but the concussion slowed him down. And in the playoffs, it was all right. Like, it's not a huge pressing concern, especially with the way we've seen the flexibility with running backs. But you never know with a guy like Chase Brown. Now, once again, as I alluded to earlier on in the video, I'm from Chicago. So my boys from the University of Illinois, I love it. I got a bunch of friends there. I've been there a bunch of times. And when I take a look at Chase Brown, well, what do I see? Well, first off, the stats. This past year at U of I, 328 rushing attempts. He had 1,643 rushing yards along with 10 touchdowns. 5 yards per carry. In fact, in his entire collegiate career, which started at Western Michigan, he's a career 5.3 yards per carry guy. I get it, though. Samaje Perine, he provided flexibility. He provided reliability. He provided the flexibility in the form of receiving the ball. Not that Joe Mixon can't do that, but like last season, for example, Chase Brown, 27 catches, 240 yards, and 3 touchdowns catching. So this is a dual threat running back. I just am really hopeful, even if it, like a lot of these guys, even if it's not an immediate impact, outside of Miles Murphy, I think Miles Murphy solidified next year. There's no freaking doubt he's going to have an immediate impact. Long term, these draft picks, I'm feeling really good about Cincy. And I really think the worst grade you could possibly give them in the draft, and that wasn't even all their draft picks. We still have 3 more guys to talk about, which we'll mention in the next Bengals video. If you guys want it, be sure to hit the like button. If we get 250 likes, I'll drop that ASAP. I'm feeling good. All right, I'm feeling good. And the 12-4 record and, coming off the Super Bowl appearance and an AFC championship loss to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm feeling good. It's hard. I'm sure it's hard to be a Bengals fan and not feel good about the future right now. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, as always, hit that like button, hit that sub button. But most, again, important, drop some comments down below. Community channel. Let me know your thoughts. More importantly, give me a grade. The more the merrier. The more you say, the more I love it. All right. I love reading your guys' comments and your insights, especially if you're a Bengals fan. But even if you're not a Bengals fan, please go ahead, drop a comment on your opinion on the Bengals draft. Look forward to reading them, and I'll catch you guys next time.